There could be much turbulence in the coming months. These words were even echoed by the late, great Dolores Cannon. And I think now they should serve as a really powerful reminder of these truly transformative times that we're in right now. Now, it takes immense courage to fully grasp the magnitude of these changes. They're unfolding on our planet, they're unfolding within our body systems, they're unfolding within the relationships we have with others and our awareness. So it takes true courage to embrace the role that we've chosen to play in this cosmic drama. So I want to delve in to some of the profound insights gleaned from Dolores Cannon. Her work, The Convoluted Universe, I absolutely love. If you haven't read that book, go read it. But it explores implications of these teachings that are for our own personal journeys and our collective evolution alike. So let us begin by acknowledging the brave souls that have all volunteered to incarnate on Earth during these tumultuous times that we find ourselves in right now. In the grand tapestry of existence, we are not mere spectators, but active participants in this cosmic transformation. Each one of us have chosen to leave the comfort of our spiritual abodes to be here now, to be present during these monumental shifts in consciousness. That's huge. The energy change, the energy shift that's taking place right now is exponentially more intense than any on Earth have ever experienced. So why did we volunteer for this mission? What is the significance of these changes that have been alluded to? I think to comprehend these questions, we need to first recognize that we're undergoing a profound shift in the very fabric of our reality. Our timelines are colliding, but also in our internal vibrations and frequencies that are changing, rapidly changing. The heart of the matter in the acceleration of energies and the elevation of vibrations that are sweeping across our dimension, these changes are not just abstract concepts. They're tangible forces that are reshaping our reality. But why are they happening? What is their purpose? The essence of it all is that we are in the midst of a grand cosmic transition, a transformation that's so profound that it transcends the boundaries of human comprehension. This transition involves a multifaceted process encompassing the Earth's response to natural forces, human actions, and the arrival of new energies and beings that are beyond our realm of conventional understanding. So, much like a ship navigating through turbulent water, we're now entering this phase of tremendous turbulence in our collective journey. The question is, are we really prepared for what lies ahead? Do we possess the inner strength and the grounding that's actually required to weather the storms that are now fast approaching us? It's easier to theorize about change and transformation when it's something that remains a distant concept. But when these shifts start manifesting in our physical reality, the challenge is going to become all too real. And the crucial lesson here is going to be understanding and that preparation, both, aren't going to be enough. We must embody our wisdom when faced with the chaos. And this transformation is going to bring that. So, if for a moment you could picture a world in which people are disoriented, confused, and in profound pain. Imagine the upheaval caused by natural calamities and the consequences of human actions. Envision the arrival of new energies, completely unfathomable, unfamiliar to our current state of awareness. Now, this scenario may sound sci-fi to you, but it's precisely the reality that we're moving towards. In these times of turbulence, those who have cultivated their inner stability and a true deep sense of grounding, those are the people that will emerge as the beacons of light amongst this chaos that so many people are going to need. The magnitude of the task itself may feel daunting, but it is also a profound opportunity for growth and service. It's our role to provide that reassurance, that support, being that beacon of light to all of those who find themselves lost and bewildered in this soup of chaotic transformation that will ensue upon us. But we can truly maintain our composure in this turmoil if we truly know how to stand firmly grounded in our faith and in our belief and in our knowing of who we are. The true meaning of know thyself. And I beg the question, how many of us can truly maintain our composure amidst such turmoil. Human nature often crumbles in the face of chaos. Also true, it can present as a very beautiful collective thing. It's precisely in these moments that our presence, our energy are going to be the most needed. Like I've spoken with you before about focusing on a hurricane or an earthquake that's playing out live on the news, rather than the impending doom. Focus on the rejoicing, safety. That's what we should focus on, using our power. It's not a matter of deciding whether others will listen to us or not. It's in knowing what it is that we can truly do. Know thyself. Instead, it's about becoming a vessel of tranquility, embodying the call amidst the storm and radiating that stability to those around us. Think of yourself as a lighthouse, which is my logo. The torch and the lighthouse are my logo. I am the beacon that leads you home is my motto. For a reason. Not because I'm the only one, but because I'm passing that light, that torch, to the next one so that they can know it and learn it and know it, and pass it to another. And before you know it, we are all a lighthouse. We are all a beacon. So think of yourself also as a lighthouse, standing firm against the raging sea, guiding ships safely to shore. Your presence alone can make a world of difference to those that are struggling to find their way. One of Dolores Cannon's clients serves as an example of someone who's undergone these necessary trainings through life experiences to maintain that core of being amidst the madness. Anne. Her name was Anne. And her childhood, much like many others I've spoken with myself personally, was marked by abusive and unstable parents. And then a chaotic marriage. Maybe more than one. This was her training ground. These trials that she has experienced have equipped her with the resilience that's going to be required to navigate through these turbulent waters of change that are ahead of us. Her journey, much like yours, serves as a reminder that our past experiences were necessary. They were necessary. No matter how challenging, they have prepared us for the roles that we chose to fulfill in these transformative, turbulent times. So, before I go on, I want to add that I am continuously offering this knowledge that I have in PDF form for you to download and keep your own copy. Do workshops with me, one-on-ones, 24/7 on-call questions available to you, question answers for any range of prices and even for free, to no avail. To no avail. Literally, I can count on one hand the amount of people that have actually taken advantage of this knowledge, this wisdom that I have, that very few people on planet Earth actually have in their possession. Why? You can use that to help heal all of these childhood traumas, all of these other life experience traumas you've been through, and not just heal them, but heal your body, your mind, and your soul. And tap into all of your psychic abilities, remote viewing, understanding tones and vibrations and how they work, having secrets unlocked. That link will be in this description box again. And I would love to see more than a handful of people take advantage of it. Because this is not a plug for me to make money. This is not a plug for me to be famous. This is a plug for you to know thyself so that we're ready for what I'm talking about that's coming. Now, let's address Dolores Cannon's concept of two Earths. This is a topic that's been widely discussed in spiritual and metaphysical circles. And according to the teachings, we are indeed moving towards a separation into two Earths. The old Earth and the new Earth, right? The old Earth represents the familiar world where the majority is clinging to old ways of thinking, old existing belief systems, old vibrational frequencies, right? This reality will continue to exist for those who choose to remain in it. It's that simple. Because they're just simply not ready to let go of that and to embrace change. That's something that you have to accept. These old energies and paradigms, they're going to persist. They're not going to just magically disappear. But they're not any longer going to be the dominant force in our universe either. Conversely, the new Earth signifies this higher vibrational state of being, where more dimensions are unlocked to us, where individuals have aligned their energies with the accelerating frequencies of transformation. It's a world where old limitations and old paradigms will no longer hold any sway, and new possibilities and potentials will all become accessible. However, this transition is not without its challenges either. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be kumbaya. And anybody that's telling you that is selling you snake oil. Flat out. As this turbulence and this chaos of both the old and the new are biting with each other, we are going to still experience both. The turbulence of the old Earth arises from the dismantling of the old paradigm, the old belief systems, the old societal structures, and the awakening of all of these individuals that are coming to know the truths, right? That were previously concealed, all of the truths. That's why this is called the Great Awakening, because all of these truths are being uncovered. So it's important to recognize that this turbulence is not limited to external factors, such as natural disasters or political upheavals. It's equally driven by the resistance of those in power who are going to refuse to relinquish their control and acknowledge that the tides are changing. Their attempts to maintain a fear-based manipulation are already very evident in the propagation of fictitious threats like diseases and conflict and whatever else. They're using fear as a tool of control. And many of you know that. And it's been deeply embedded in the human consciousness and human societies for ages. So there are a lot of people that are going to be really hard pressed to step away from that mentality. This is the means by which individuals have been kept in check, their power diminished, and their minds enslaved. Not everybody can deprogram and reprogram as easily as others. But on the upside of that, as the energies of transformation are surging through this planet and us, all of that fear has to be brought up to the surface, right? It has to be exposed in order to be cleansed. The media, entertainment industries, they've long played a role in perpetuating this fear by focusing on negative and sensationalizing content. Yet here we are in the age of information and connection. And those fear-based narratives are losing their grip on the collective now. People are beginning to actually think for themselves, questioning the stories that they've been told and the realities that they've been accepting. This awakening process is not going to be without its challenges because of things like that. As individuals are confronted by their own fears and their own demons, that's going to be difficult. Nevertheless, it is a necessary step to liberation. And we must all hold space of compassion and love for those that will feel the impact and the implications of that fourfold compared to others. Conflicts, diseases, or other fabricated threats are all tools employed by all of those in power to instill fear and maintain control. And many people are waking up to that now. And while these threats may still exist as energetic potentials, they're often blown out of proportion to serve an agenda. And we're figuring that out. So it's crucial to discern between the exaggerated narratives and be able to figure it out. Particularly when it's presented by the media, in my opinion, and the actual realities that we face. And I'm actually going to do a video on that very soon too, because there are drastic natural changes that are taking place that the local news and the world news are not covering for some reason. Very strange. They usually tell all of that. But because people are waking up and paying attention, they're not necessarily going to tell you all of the natural disasters that are taking place anymore. Strange how that flips. Anyway, as individuals awaken to the truth, they're going to reclaim their power and they're going to release their shackles of fear. It's a cleaning process, akin to purging toxins from one's system, right? However, those in power that are still going to continue to be resistant to this transformation are going to be desperately clinging to their illusions of control and pulling their last little tricks out of their sleeve or their hat or wherever they're keeping it. And they're going to continue to employ fear-based tactics until they've reached a point where humanity is pushed to make a choice. Because we don't change until we're pushed. Change doesn't usually happen from choice. Change usually happens because you have no other choice. Ironic. Kind of like the PDF that I offer. So this is where our role as grounded and stable beings will come into play. We're not here to decipher others or to impose our truths upon them. That's not our purpose. Instead, we are here to provide that source of calm in the storm. Be that beacon of reassurance for everyone in that confusion. Our mere presence can and is a lifeline for individuals that are on the verge of making that vibrational leap. So imagine the chaos that may ensue when the illusions that have shaped people's lives are inexplicably shattered. Picture a world where individuals are running in the streets, gripped with fear and confusion. Their belief systems are in ruins. Their earth is in ruins. It's a scenario that's reminiscent of natural disasters on a global scale that have happened in our past and then multiplied manifold. The turbulence we are discussing is not limited to external events. It encompasses the inner turmoil of individuals as they are confronted with this disillusion of their long-held beliefs. You want to talk about cognitive dissonance. Dissonance. Did I say that right? This inner chaos, it's going to be the most disorienting experience that they go through. It's not going to, the external calamities are not even going to compare to how they're going to feel inside. Yet amidst this chaos, there exists a profound opportunity for those who have chosen to be here. Now we are called to be present and to be ready. Just like soldiers lining up for a mission. And our mission is to maintain our grounded energy and to stand firm in our truth and extend our hand and our heart and our compassion and our wisdom to all of those who teeter, literally teeter, on the precipice of this vibrational choice. Now, some of you may wonder what I mean by that choice still being there. So, in this context, I'm referring to this crucial moment in an individual's spiritual growth, where there may come a time when a soul stands at this crossroads, right, of a vibrational evolution. I stood at this crossroads myself in this lifetime, in this experience, where you question everything that you've ever believed in or was taught, and all that taught it to you. You go through phases, and on the other side of that, you come out with this compassion and understanding, because we're all guilty of it. So we can't be really mad at anyone who came before us that taught it. But at this moment, you have this opportunity to ascend to a higher vibration, provided they summon the courage to actually take that leap, that is. Because it does take a lot of courage. Now, alternatively, they could choose to remain in their current vibrational state. That is their choice. Our role in such a moment is to be that extended hand, right? To all of those souls who contemplate this leap into a higher consciousness. Not to sway them, but to simply be there if they make that decision consciously themselves. We become the catalysts for their ascension. We're the bridge. I have said this my whole life. Every single American is not 100% any one specific type of race. We're all mixed together. We're the bridge. We're the bridge between people. In this journey that I speak of, we're the bridge between worlds. We're the bridge between the old and the new self. Essentially, we are the ascended master on earth. And yeah, that's a profound and thought-provoking comment, I'm aware. But this is one that can alter the course of a soul's journey. The higher vibration, the new earth, it's not exempt from turbulence. And it's crucial to dispel this misconception that this new earth is a utopian paradise free of challenge. Eventually we'll get there. But it ain't like we're just stepping into a new house that looks like a mansion and we never have to pay for a damn thing to live there. It's not wish puffs. It's simply a different vibrational frequency that opens up our vision, our knowing, our senses, our way of living to the comprehension and the awareness of multiple dimensions and all that that ensues, other beings included. It's simply a different vibrational frequency. A realm where individuals have aligned themselves with the energies of these transformations. The turbulence experienced on the new earth is of a different nature. It's not chaotic dismantling of belief systems, but rather the exploration of new frontiers of consciousness. That too comes with its challenges. Challenges faced here are growth-oriented, as individuals adapt to a higher vibrational existence. So the teachings are emphasizing that the chaos that we're discussing is just the beginning of a much larger process. The events and the upheavals that we witness today, those are all precursors to a deeper transformation that will unfold in the coming years. This transformation has been prophesied by many. And while we may not add much to those prophecies, our role in this process is of paramount importance. We are living in a time of unprecedented change, where the very fabric of our reality is being rewoven. As the structure of governments crumble and societal safety nets unravel completely, individuals are going to find themselves in uncharted territory. The comforts of Social Security, stable paychecks, conventional jobs no longer are going to be a guarantee. The analogy of a domino effect is apt here. As one piece falls, it triggers a cascading event, sequence of events, like the butterfly effect or the ripple effect. Similarly, the breakdown of societal structures will also create a domino effect, going in the opposite direction of transformation, a dismantling rather than a rebuilding, challenging individuals to adapt to a new way of life altogether, all of us. So consider this scenario of natural disasters magnified on a global scale. And these disasters, whether triggered by natural forces or human actions, will be among the catalysts of chaos. Some of these events may be totally beyond our control, while others may actually be instigated by those in power who resist. All of these tides of change. And then too, also by people like us that focus on positive changes. So resistance is always a thing. And it can be negative or it can be positive resistance. The word itself is not one or the other. It's either or. It's both. And these resistance of those in power is a crucial aspect of the turbulence that we're going to face. Like a child refusing to accept the truth that they cling to with their old ways, and attempt to perpetuate fear to maintain control. They're driven by the desperate belief that by sowing this fear, they can slow down the process of change. And I and Q and many other people all say nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing can stop it. But it's imperative to understand that this fear that's been a central tool of controlling human societies for countless generations. This fear is a currency. It's a form of payment by which they've been able to maintain power and dominance. It exists in varying degrees across all societies, creating a pervasive atmosphere of unease. These changes we speak of are not merely external events, but shifts in the very consciousness of humanity. The emergence of these new energies, new information, new possibilities, has absolutely rattled the foundations of the old world. The old world order, even, you could say. And no, new world order doesn't have to be a dirty word either, or a dirty phrase. It's all in perspective and where our focus is. Because we can take the reins of control, and we too can create a new world order of our own. The fear-based systems that once held sway are all unraveling now. This is the perfect opportunity for people to focus that intent. People are awakening to a new reality. The advent of technology and global communication has actually played a huge pivotal role in this awakening. I used to often ask, even though I came here with that knowing that this great awakening would take place, I would say, but how in the world are we ever supposed to get this across to the whole globe? I'm one person. How do I reach everybody in the world? Myself. And how do we get them to stop long enough to truly wake up? And the World Wide Web was invented. And well, we all know what happened in 2019 that made the world stop. And that's when the majority of people truly pivoted and started awakening. So it's allowed individuals to access information, truly ask questions of themselves and others, connect with like-minded souls, and challenge the status quo and the narratives that are propagated by those in power. The fear that was once hidden beneath the surface is now rising to the surface to be addressed and released. The process of transformation is akin to a cleansing. It brings to the surface the fears and the issues that have long been laying dormant within individuals and even societies as a whole. These issues, whether on a personal or a collective level, either way, must be confronted and transmuted from the energy to flow freely. And that's what light workers are all about. That's what these beacons of light, these volunteers, are all about. They transmute the energy. People who know me personally have all said that just being in my presence, even in a Zoom call, is comforting to them, calming, healing, loving, safe. Because we have that ability to transmute energy in a beautiful, positive way and allow it to flow freely, removing blockages, whether they stem from karmic issues or self-induced diseases. We can remove these energies and transmute them. These blockages represent areas of resistance within each individual. And that actually inhibits our vibrational growth, our spiritual growth and evolution. They manifest as physical symptoms, diseases, emotional challenges. And this process is not gentle. It's akin to a storm within the soul. Anyone that's ever went through a dark night of the soul knows that. It's shaking loose the debris of old wounds and unresolved issues, which is necessary, but also very painful. And it's an opportunity for profound healing and growth. But it requires active participation from the individual. They must be willing to address the root causes of their blockages. And I promise you, when I say I have spoken with thousands of people in the last 4 years, and maybe 1% of them is ready to face that struggle, that hard work, to release, to face it, to be honest. They're just still not ready to release those energies that no longer serve them, and most of them are aware are affecting their health. In essence, these symptoms and challenges are manifestations of the acceleration of the energies and the elevation of the vibrations. They're signs of the profound shifts occurring within us and around us. And it's a reminder that we are in the midst of a grand transformation, and everybody's at a different level. But all of our bodies and minds are adjusting to new frequencies. That is true for all of us. And as we navigate this turbulence, we may encounter resistance from those who are deeply entrenched in the old paradigms. They may react with fear or anger or denial when they're confronted with new truths. It's essential to approach these interactions with the utmost compassion and understanding, because we cannot force others to see the world as we do, or to embrace the changes that are unfolding around all of us. Each soul has their own journey and their own timing. Our role is not to convince or to convert, but to be a living example of those higher frequencies that we embody. In the face of resistance, we can ask ourselves, how can I be a source of love and light in this situation? We can choose to respond with kindness and empathy, even in the face of hostility. It's in these moments of grace that we have our greatest potential to inspire change. The turbulence that we're experiencing is a reflection of the collective shadow coming to the surface at this time. And it's unveiling a long buried pain. But both individually and collectively, it's an opportunity to heal and to integrate these aspects of ourselves. And